That's great.
This microphone, I know it's good with the PA system. It's not very nice. No.
Okay.
That's fine. We can go for one up.
Nice, that's you.
Hey! Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so we got the sound all set, right?
Like so. What time is it? Is that time again? Let's do it now.
So we went shopping and we picked out 10 things. We went to a store and now every time.
Gordon, please, one last check, man. I never know when you're going to go up there and start throwing a bunch of notes in the weather.
So
That's
this is
okay,
what
I'll
we
get
picked
that.
out for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can open it. I just
We're gonna-
have to take the price tag off after you open it.
I got my last shirt. They got first is that I break the piece up and one piece up in pieces. And then the hot show. The worst part about the whole fucking thing.
Hey, Julian, you feel like shooting some video for me tonight?
I got mine rolling, Chris. It's just.
Yeah, I want to use this one though. It's HD.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I have a better, but she's using the wrong
Jill,
one.
next shooting video?
This is more than I got production like that.
Yeah, it's not hard. You just like put it up here. Mostly hold it steady. So whatever you see on the screen is what's going on. You might want to get back. Hold it like back there or something. But anyway, and you don't do it all the time. Just catch some.
Yeah, no good. Is it?
Here, I'll scrape the price tag off.
I gotta do this break.
It's got this little
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, I saw him on his
well here.
He's actually, Chris said he was starting to take notes on the show. Because he's going to do editing. So I tried to get everybody to put it on. I need his name.
However long I've been riding, four-way. I think she likes being a top in that. I see. The conversation on Facebook is just perpetually built. Even when we're trying to avoid it, it always comes right back around. The best.
Okay, so while we're getting warmed up, I'm gonna go ahead and get the microphone warmed up. So I got this great zoology book. It's by a doctor I've never heard of. Apparently, he's of some renown. And this book is called One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and it's all about all kinds of animals. I mean, I work in biology, and I've never heard of any of these things. And so, all right, this one really struck me, so I thought I would share it tonight. It's about an animal called the yink. So here's a picture of the yink. And so this doctor, he goes on at some length about the yink. This one, I think, is called a yink. He likes to wink. He likes to drink. He likes to drink and drink and drink. The thing he likes to drink is ink. The ink he likes to drink is pink. He likes to wink and drink pink ink. So, if you have a lot of ink, then you should get a yank, I think. Anyone else?
Does the pink ink he likes to drink stink?
Someone got that too.
Yeah.
Maar fire langs en draai og fra man ser man ganga dream. Maar en drø for I flassen travel og kan dive on. Mer a pine did I feel on and I will walk and time son. Mer a baile kind telefon. Mer a på mal on the vin. Mein self for my riven no my soul man diving dream. Mein Sibola for verreimen, more I for my for verlein. Mer en trana for my riven ro mein kolle Bible line. Montre like tros om my clack and dream my kaiven dream on. Mer a flack and dro my Bible fire for my dread 5 on. Mer a from andre cavallo ons en I belong den din. Prob andre kai for my riven dream for fire love and see. Now here's the books of Flocka and the books of Vivaline, the books of Fireflag and they are more my kind scene. I've been studying by a slates and black, or so my Vivalon, my Fireline and Drum and Norman, so my Kivalon. My books of Vian Vaman and Birakai and Dream, my books and Drekapai and no my Koi Viral. Now here's your former island, and here's your former loan, and here's your former war and by no my Kivan gone. Now here's your prop and sander, but it's no propaganda. My poor by Livalanda, and take another gander. My poor pie malaxel, for I live alone. My guy velo nova, I'm not stupid or I ain't gone. Medrica Violandi, my koi violin, the book of Frocandaya for my boy fine gleam.
Go on the wire wrapper.
You just look like
Greetings, friends. This is a poetry hug. Welcome to Synesthesia Wednesday nights here at Caffeine. My name is Chris Corsby. I am your host this evening.
The guy with the back.
So, this is a political action. There are suffering people in this city, in this world. Our country's better off than most. 159 homeless people died on the streets in Austin this year. Children's health insurance is available but not utilized. We have people hungry every day. We read about the moon and love and poetry and happy things. And we are comfortable here. And we are at peace. And this is a political action. Every action of poetry and love is a political action in our global, universal republic of love. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Chris Corsby, large and in charge.
Hey Brian, get this mic going? Brian? The mic? Oh, thanks, man. You got it? Hey, did you get the recorder going in there? Okay.
I sure didn't.
Yeah, well, go ahead and turn it on, and I'll help you with it in a second.
You ready?
So, we've got a lot of wonderful talent here this evening, and one of the nice things about this venue is that we have several co-hosts. We have Patrick Boswell, who is helping us with the video element of synesthesia, which means expression in various media of... So this is like a poetry, music, visual art, dance, kinesthetic, even olfactory poetic jam here.
There's literally no
This is really cool. That's what we call it, synesthesia. And so we got some kind of regular talent here. Like we got Gordon the White Rapper, who is an amazing rapper. No one could ever rehearse what this man does. And he just had an incredible show last night. We have some clown energy coming up here, and like hardcore, serious rhythm flow Gordon the White Rapper. And then Patrick Boswell always has some humorous but absolutely ironic and childlike and fun verse. Julian Bruno here, our other co-host, Patrick Boswell, Chris Corsby, and Julian Bruno, who told me last week you guys had an incredible night. Patrick and I just got through with a 2,000-mile road trip through West Texas. He dropped me off in Phoenix, went on to LA, picked me up on the way back. So we had got some stories and some images and some poems from that were like really cool. Julian here is a specialist in didactic poetry, the poetry of education and instruction. He is actually an academic poet, paid, professional, at ACC, teaching the poetry of physiology. Is that right, Julian? And then you have several. I have one tonight for that, and then that painting right there. Yeah, he's also really into the classics. So we got a variety of styles. He has several books. I think he distributes also. Yeah. So. That's volume 2 right there. This is volume 2, Songs of Science with a Heart. He's with his caduceus, the symbol of science, and his cosmic stuff, and his like little eyeball with like atom paths around it. Pretty cool. So anyway, he's a really unique poet. We have this gentleman here who's both a musician and a poet, and spiritual poems. Really cool. We got Julian Bruno, who also does tarot readings for people.
Walden.
Oh, I'm sorry, Julian Walden. Walden or Walden?
Walden, like the pond.
Yeah, like Thoreau's pond. And Julian is also religious themed, very revolutionary, very in your face, very Aleister Crowley. He will do an excellent tarot reading for you for a modest fee. This is what he does for a living. He's very good at it. And we have Gentle, who's helping out on some video here, who's also an incredible poet. Gentle Dragona! And then we have Sam here, who's an international poet from France, from Brittany, who's also reading some of his poems. And anyone who'd like to read, go ahead and raise your hand, would you, so I can get an idea how many people? 1, 2. What's your name, bro? I've seen you do a lot. Mental dentist. Of course. Yeah, he's the mental dentist. This guy, he's really cool. And what's your name, friend?
Like what? Like a special name? Or
I don't know, man. Whatever you'd like to be called.
Name secrets?
Name secret?
Secrets.
Secrets. Yeah, this is Secrets here, and he's gonna maybe tell us something. I don't know. And we've had I'd like to have a balance of like, you know, male and female energy at our venue, and it's really nice to see so many ladies here this evening because that's really good. Anyway, and Southern. Oh yeah, we're Southern. Yeah, Southern is an incredible singer. We're gonna sing some acapella. What are you gonna sing for us this evening, Southern?
2 songs.
2 originals, yeah. And I'm also a poet and a musician. I will be playing sitar for you, the classical music of northern India, and I'll do some solo, just instrumental, and then also several different poets will come and read, and I'll be backing them up. So anyway, I get a little bit long-winded, but I really am honored to be here with you all tonight where we share. So cool. So to start things off, yeah, this is Scott. So you're gonna play some music? You gonna do any poetry too, Scott? Or yeah, Scott has a spiritual poem that he's gonna do in 4 parts over the course of the evening, if we can get through the whole thing. So it's about 5 minutes a section. Really, really serious stuff. Oh, and then we got Brian over here on sound. Yeah. So
I suck. I know.
No, you don't suck, Brian. Just trying the guitar.
Chris.
Maybe that's the name over there.
You just get tired of it? That's cool, man. Don't worry, man. That's fine. That's fine.
I worked a lot.
Oh, go for it.
Chris.
Two. Okay, good. So this one is called Blank Poetry at the 7-year age. It's about actually slam poetry, which I like, but sometimes I think it is a little bit out of context. So you ready? Letter I, to impress from the recess of my soul. I'll be damned if I'm not the fool, reaching into this endless cesspool. Now let me recapitulate. It's not about a label, and access to a stable. Common consensus, plexus, nexus, and sexes. You dare to oblige me to come around these spheres, conical and comical extensions, warm and solid, valid attentions. For I want total lack of pretension in the favor of the moment. Letter I, like industrious, luscious, perverse and delirious, delicious, water absorbing and transformed surfaces into liquorish, fiendish, and extremely stylish assumptions, like gliding in reverse and dividing the access to knowledge in excess. Coded transcript have nothing to do with your habitual script. Do you get it? Letter I. I will die and never repent, for I don't like the sound of a reprimand, like exemplary outcast feeding on outburst. The key to a jinx, a spell because I spell your name, J-E-S-T-E-R. Gesture involving jive, jiggle, jitter, going on of almost but not yet hostile inclemencies. Please forgive me for I make amends for all my sophistries, because somehow, when confronted with ostentations, one must outclass and reduce the sleek sleight of hand known as I must grab your submitted attention. Please follow me with this notion, for I had to disguise this message addressed to a trollop. In French we say a salope. Letter I, like tripping in inconsequent regions of the foul, one-sided, lopsided, uneven, unequal, partial, self-proclaimed outburst on the subject of syllable and salacious shackles, called forms, as you all know down deep and very well, showing won't stick forever. It's a riddle in the middle, a ridicule and uncouth, a snobbery like a cozy snort, a titillation of vacillating proportions, a weird welcome like an unkind and wicked plea, wild is the wind, and so I close my case for the moment.
Julian out here with us.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming. Alright, as Chris kindly was acknowledging my poetry, I have this poem here. It's my first volume of poems. It's called, I call them a lot of my poems Songs of Science with a Heart. I try to balance the mind of science and heart of being a human. And so, though I have a bunch of other poems based on that painting over there, but Raphael's Synopsis. So we'll do some of that in a minute, but we'll do this poem here called Taste Sensation. So, right ahead. Taste. I'd like to give you a sample. Sure hope it's ample. What the sense of taste is to me, and I pray that you really see the wonder of this sensual modality. It doesn't matter what's the concentration of the chemical combination, the region of the mouth's stimulation, the time for recovery from adaptation, or any temperature variation, because when it reaches the threshold, oh friend, you will behold a burst of flavor, a taste of savor, an experience you won't want to waver. That's taste sensation. What an appreciation. That's taste sensation. Taste is detected on the tongue. What distinctive properties can be found among? The taste buds receive the stimulus. It's traveling through the solitary nucleus and passing through the thalamus, arriving at the somatosensory cortex. It's conscious. Yeah, we gonna be conscious. Taste, it's chemistry, becoming neuroelectricity. That's the transduction of energy. What's perceived now, do you see? Bitter, sweet, sour, and salty. Consider these taste qualities coming from certain intensities, affecting our sensitivities. Aware is what we are to be of all this gustatory activity. Yeah, that's taste sensation. What an appreciation. That's taste sensation. Taste sensation. That's taste sensation.
Did I mention that this is a political action? Did I mention that all political philosophies and persuasions are welcome here? Even Republicans? Oh yeah. And libertarians, and anarchists, and yellow dog Democrats like me.
Hey, Chris. Is it, I think the theme for Caffeine was a new renaissance.
Yeah, new renaissance, man. Check out Julian Bruno's far out picture. He'll show it to us later and tell us about all these different classical Greek poets there. But also, part of our new Austin Renaissance is the now happening 21st century
Not to be too
teens.
far in our time.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Wolverine, we got you, man. So anyway, so without further ado, we have Gordon D. White. Oh, did someone take his guitar?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, please do. Let it go. Do it up.
This is a political action.
It's in that box. It's going through that box. You like that setting?
They say that the legislature of Texas are clowns and that you don't want to see sausage or Texas legislation.
Yeah, we got you, Chris. Thank you for that.
That's right. That's right. Okay, no more like gentleman's club DJ side notes over there, Wolverine. Okay.
All right. All right.
I'm the frown clown for being A-town, for me can't Austin, grew up a kite around town. Me I put bad for forever round. I run around with the intricate, oldest clowns. Mirror, I pipe along. But we prefer it if you call us young. Mirror, oh my God, but one thing we can't die, that's a beyond song. Mirror, I'm on the line. A mirror trapeze callous inside. Mirror with my head in the lion. Brian, put my cable over there on and on. Mirror, my mirror sublime. Mirror, my mirror divine. Mirror, my mirror strong. My mirror like a circus barreling gone. The trapeze are there for my cone. I was the first bearded baby cologne. Mirror, Pepe Lynn, Colin, and a snake lady parrots and galactic. I wear a nice hat and a skate ring. Girl, for my Cadillac, never taking the sign. Mirror, I'm in my own elevation. I'm broke so they don't pay attention. Mirror, I'm alone. Mirror, man, I got to go. Mirror, pop along. Drippin', droppin', hop a beer like a dog. Mirror, stable. Mirror, been I never on a tape. Just wrote an old fable, pockets there. Dropping 10 my nicotine line. Might be beneficial if I just come out and say what's in my mind. I play whatever I find. If it's appropriate to quote my hits, I hope you pick a line. I spend my time daydreaming. The villains for the rules only care the word of scheme. Fuck a quick, consider comes first. I'm an even worse, got that a little. Mirror lip 10, me a lollipop. Roll it in the morning, even Ollie Block, Baba Liquor, Saving Tree. I be flipping top of boy, live a Kenneth dream. Mirror, Bonsavon. Mirror, back alive and gone. Mirror lane in a four-fair lane. Mirror like a ten of fame, and also on the band Spider-Man. Mirror, Bonsavon. Mirror, like a gang and grown. Mirror, Palabon, for la label. Pecan sick, I bring Brock a favor. Mirror, I see. Mirror, lip a killer in a limousine. Limousine, limit Caliban zone. I be with the collar, Lopacan, and make a lingo. You know, my rally phone. But I can tell it there for long. Big routine, time used to dreamy cream sing.
Woo! Woo!
Man, this guy's incredible. Gordon the White Rapper, he does some far out stuff. Yeah. He's got some CDs, I think, too. Some train poems, and you gotta hear him do the Tennessee General sometime, man. He's really great. So, Southern, you wanna come up and sing some?
Yeah.
Woo!
I know.
Yeah, don't use that mic. Okay. But if you just put it behind you, turn it up. Where's the other mic? Oh yeah, Wolverine. Yeah, take that mic away from Wolverine over there.
So, you said that you're not seeing the credit card?
Yeah, I like 2 or 3 times I tipped I tipped 50 cents and it was supposed to go in at 7, but it showed up at 6.50 on my bank account.
How long ago was that?
It's been about a month, I guess. I stopped doing it because I figured, they weren't giving, so I was just going to do it cash. Do you know why that's happening?
I know there was one night, I don't know if it was a poetry night, that I did interchecks because the system takes the full cards at 12 midnight, super late. So I just lost it.
Okay.
But was it one time or 2 times?
3 times, I think.
Next time, can you bring your statement and I can do a cross reference to see if it's in it for you.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, let me check. Thank you so much.
So, the song that I wrote really isn't that happy, but I thought I would do it for you tonight. This is talking to myself.
Woo! Ow! Yeah, Southern. Woo!
making all the moves that I can't get a word apart of. I keep on seeing someone else, wanting someone else, but I can't take my mind off of you. When I step on the floor, she doesn't see me.
Man, that's an original. What's the title of that song, Southern? Talking to Myself. Right on, man. Yeah, I think Southern's one of the only people that comes up here and really does stuff a cappella, and it's like, wow. So we need more singers. So, Julian? Right on, man. Julian Walden, like Thoreau in the pond. Got some more Crowley stuff for us?
I've got a gospel song.
He's in love with Lady Gaga. It's true, he loves Lady Gaga.
I just decided that she's God. I don't know, they also said Clapton was God, in which case God, like coffee, is better with cream. Anyway, this is a gospel song, written by the strange blonde female antichrist from Texas in my head. She's insisting on being translated into a whole series of books. She takes over the world in the process, of course. What else is an antichrist supposed to do? And she wrote a pretty gospel song about forgiveness. And all the regulars know this, but I like doing it anyway, so. God forgive the ones who choose to fuck with me. God forgive the folks who should know better. God forgive the lawyers who don't know the law. Is more about the spirit than the letter. God forgive the vampires and psychopaths. God forgive the politicians for their faults. So before I send them right on home to you, I sure hope you will forgive them, 'cause I won't. God forgive the ones who use philosophy, explaining why you need to keep us in pain. God forgive the preachers and the demagogues who keep our people blind using your name. God forgive the ones so willfully ignorant that they won't rise above it or take a stand. So before I send them all your holy way, Lord, I pray you can forgive them, 'cause I can't. God forgive Republicans and Democrats. God forgive these chicken shits and thieves. One more time, I'm asking for your mercy, Lord, before I put these stupid fuckers on their knees. Maybe then they'll pray with all sincerity, say they're sorry just in the nick of time. But if so, quite frankly, I don't give a damn, 'cause it's your job to forgive them, God, not mine. So listen up, purveyors of unrighteousness. This old world can't take any more of your sins. Listen up, your rapture's coming closer now. Our race has run your road to its end. We don't have another minute left to spare, and we won't lie down for further abuse. So before you find out whose religion's right, maybe some God will forgive you, but I refuse.
Does anyone have a burning yearning? Oh, not you, Scott. You already went. Someone else has to go first. Okay, Patrick, come on, man. Sorry, dude.
That's okay. I can.
Okay, so I'm back from a road trip. So last night I wrote this poem. It's sort of a mashup of vintage automobile advertising for the theme of a road trip, and I call it Hot Wheels.
Yes.
You're about to meet an international beauty with a shape that blends elegance and excitement. An adventure just seeing it. Looks like it means business, and it does. There is no feeling in all the world like the one behind this wheel. If you're like most people, you want to know what it can do in action, out on the road. You want proof that it can deliver the goods, give you more of what you've been looking for. And here it is, dramatic proof. Do you think anyone would or even could miss it? A striking view of the front end showing just enough to arouse their interest to come down and see the whole thing? You never saw anything like this before, because it is as different from the commonplace as day is from night.
Yeah, Patrick and I actually just went all the way out in the desert. It was really cool. Cool story. You know, we took off out of Austin. He's heading to LA. I'm going to Phoenix. And we get out to West Texas, to one of my favorite places. I don't know if you guys have ever been out there, out by Big Bend. It's called Balmorhea. And there's the largest desert oasis spring in Balmorhea. It was a ciénaga, you know, an oasis used by people in that desert for thousands of years. And in the 1930s, the Civilian Conservation Corps built this incredible swimming pool over it. And they kind of took off the springs from the desert oasis marsh. And it's kind of like Barton Springs, but like 4 times as big. And it has all these endangered fish swimming around in it that you swim in. And people scuba dive there. So we go off I-10 to get over there. And there's a traffic jam in this town of like 200. Got any pictures of it? And so it was just so beautiful. But there's a traffic jam in this town of 200 people. So I get out of the car. Patrick's driving this cool little car. It's brand new. We're cruising in. And it's this procession of these matachines dancers from the border town of Presidio on this side, Ojinaga on the Mexican side. They traveled like 300 miles up to Balmorhea, and these special sacred dancers, the matachines, which is like a Catholic Native American syncretism kind of religious mystical experience devoted to Saint Teresa. They're dancing in red with their little gourd rattles, all these beautiful ladies dancing in a spiral circle up the road until they pass where we are. And this lady motioned for us to join them, and so we walked up to this church. It was really super cool, and then we go and like baptize ourselves at Balmorhea Springs, and it was like so far out. Anyway, I just had to tell you about it. So yeah, so name secrets. Yeah. Can I take it out of there? So, can I stay on this chair?
Feel free.
Everything reminds me of you. All things in every direction. The thought of you is the tool I use to materialize my mood, to assume material form or perceptible existence in an instant with a wordless sentence and senses to mind state and feeling. I'm stealing your thoughts with perfect timing, inclining an apparent increase in your sensitivity and understandings, subconsciously demanding you to transcend and unearth an unending beam of light from the altruistic realm of your soul, reminding you to remind me to remind you that you can control and manipulate electrons and energy, literal, metaphysical, non-fiction, eccentricity, sensory symptom of being blessed. Go beyond the limit of substance and transgress intellectual ability and sanity simultaneously and experience transfiguration, permanently replacing opinions and making a transition from material to spiritual, internally impervious to evilness for eternity, morally organized, enlightened, invited to the other side of the universe, where and when your lifelong list of personal desires have all been satisfied and so they no longer exist, and you become the witness of the synthesis, removing senseless superficial remnants, providing evidence and supernatural sentiments, an odd process where every object in your memory is transformed into positive energy. That's it.
Wow, right on. This is the first time I think we've had named secrets at this venue, right? Please come back. And then another thing that we do here that I don't think anyone else is doing here in town, I think they're doing it in Bristol, England, if Tom, the world poet, I think he gave us the right info on that, is using this projection screen to add a visual channel to our other artistic expressions. So if anyone has any images or videos or websites where there's stuff like that that they'd like to throw up here while they're doing something or just in general, Patrick here has it all set up for that. So you can just bring flash drive or direct it to a website. So we want more and more people to do that because it's kind of fun. And is that Bucket Jams I see there, John?
Hey, man.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah, this is another great guy. So, were there some ladies that were here to read too? Or anybody? At this time? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, come on. I've lost my glasses. If anyone sees some glasses lying around, I can't even see who this. Oh yeah. What is your name, friend? Hey, PJ. Oh, BJ. Oh, cool. Betty Jean. All right.
You should feel honored that I told you my real name. I usually don't tell people that right away. Okay, I can just read one thing, right? Because this is a jump off.
You can do whatever you want, really.
Okay, I'll read two things. Two things. One's really short. Adoration is poison. Why can I touch you no more, sweet poet? Is it because your skin is so soft, or your lips and hair which are life more yet? And if I hear these gentle songs too oft, will I become a statue of wildly dancing flames flickering before your eyes? Will the ashes form and condense while we observe a dusty gray sculpture arise? Will you tap that effigy on the head? Watch its ashes floating over the floor? Will you sweep up gray particles instead? Pour them in a pewter urn by the door? Or will you grind those ashes with your shoe, like a cigarette that ceased serving? That's cherry. Okay. Oh yeah, I said I was doing two. So this is, I'm not sure what to call it, but right now I'm calling it Origins. It's kind of a dream thing, so I don't know if anybody will understand it but me. I wake in the humid morning, two birds calling in the distance, eyes swimming from one shore, the subconscious, to the other, the mundane. Surfacing for a slight moment to reality, I dive back down into the depths where dreams reside, at the foot of a wide and slippery slide, traversing, I do know how to speak, traversing a darkness so black that even the light of one's own thoughts cannot be discerned. In this world, I awake anew as I look into the compassionate eyes of my original face. These are eyes that have seen all, but have made no distinction, good and bad, just, unjust, guilt and atonement. For this is the face of sublimity, a face beyond duality, the original face, with ears that hear the summer breeze dancing with the tops of trees, but find no need to describe such beauty, to sing out happiness, to luxuriate in melancholic nostalgia. These ears simply hear equanimity as time ceases to be.
Wow, that's well thought out and deep. Like it's the this, instead of the gong show, we got the chime show. So this is like the good chime.
I wish I had my brass bow.
I think I'll have to do that a little farther away from the mic. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, Scott, come up here and do. This is part 2 of
No,
what?
This is foreplay.
Okay, but how many have you done? This is the first one, or?
Well, I just jammed it. I have it ready.
Oh, okay. So this is. Tell us about what you're going to do and what the 4 sections are, if you feel like.
Oh, sure.
I'm doing. This is one piece called "I Release You, My Dear Children." Last week I channeled, as like Sam would put it, the Master, and the Master was absolute truth, in the guise of me being a wishing well or a well, out of which the crowd drew from me the water and then drank of it. That was last week. It's a week ago, so it's a long time ago. So after that performance, I went back to Petra's house, my love's house, had a wonderful time, just was fully in the moment. And then the funny thing is, she breathed into my mouth and said, "I love you," and the voice said, "I love you too." I thought, wow, that's fantastic, that's fucking great, that's great. So this thing loves both of us, this is great. So who am I? And I'm really nothing. And then the next morning, I was on the back porch and thought of that old Indian story about the turtle being, each of us are one turtle in a stack of infinitely many turtles. And once you realize your place is nothing in the universe, the infinite universe, then you are truly human and exist on the earth, which is at the very top of the stack of all the turtles, and you're utterly at peace and enlightened. Well, this is foreplay to that piece later that I intend to read, which is called "I Am Enlightened," which is really not me, it's y'all. Y'all. So if I say sing the chorus, "I am enlightened," don't say you're enlightened. It's y'all who are enlightened. I'm just a figment of your imagination. Okay? So this is foreplay to that. And this is called "I Release to You, My Dear Children," which after I thought of the piece on the porch, I went inside and said, "God, I just am so in love," and wrote this. Might want to go a little louder.
I was working on it. You can do it from back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I release to you, my dear children. Take comfort in this, my dear children. The earth does not revolve around the sun. They both revolve in all other planets, moons, and comets, asteroid belts and planetoid things around the center of gravity of the whole thing. And what's calmer still, my dear lovely children who I adore, for all the trillions of stars and galaxies, nebula, black holes swallowing everything around them, globular clusters, little flies' wings and spiders' legs, things you leave behind, things you store, little notes, little breaths disappearing on the winter's wind, little bits of light you reflect from your own eyes, or smiles you beam into your lovers on a quiet evening, or tears that he or she may kiss away and let cry into their own. It's truer still that they all revolve together around the center of gravity. You, my dear. In truth, dancing, the only transcendent thing. And my dearest children, I love you with all my heart. My blood flows into each and every one of you, even that non-sentient thing, soon to be my ex-wife. she just the last stepping stone before I crossed the river into true enlightenment and loved myself. Meeting there the love of my life for here and ever after. Thereby joining that transcendent thing. Fully prepared for her to be my stone, my Bible, and rest in the fire, work, playground at the end of my corporeal life. And be myself no matter what and without any cost. Is filled with that which comes out of the center, the same existence that is in all things, simple, pure, absolute being. And the truth be told, my dear sweet children, that all I represent is a figment of your imagination. Then, many things to many people, yet none of them truly real. An uncovering of a calmer life, when you accept and fully give yourself to the mystery that nothing separates you from life, birth, and death. No gravity holding you in place, no star shining its light upon your face. For you are the transcendent thing, in the very center, projecting itself out into all things. For no love, bone, flesh, stone, tree, rock, distant galaxy, and speck of dream stuff. The photon passing through a glass that rainbowifies your heart. And you will remember like your absolutely fondest memory come back home to you. That being here, loving yourself, truly is the center of everything. And wholly that which everything revolves about in peace. Accept and share agape like daily bread. Absolutely unconditional love flowing out of you. Lovely rays of light, which it is to know yourself. Even if it means it may never be returned. And through every part of your body, that spark that creates and consumes will explode. The true and ultimate art, eternal recreation, and completely giving of yourself.
Well, one of the cool things about this venue is that with 3 co-hosts and whatever guest hosts we might want to come up with, we got trying different ways of doing things. And thanks, Scott, for putting those really cool images up there too. I want to do even more of that. And one thing that I would like to do this evening is when we're about halfway done, in about 6 minutes, have an intermission. And just like chill for 5 minutes and get up and talk, or whatever you want to do. Maybe be social. Because another really cool thing about this this venue is that people have gotten to know each other. And there's been a really cool sense of connection and community here. And I think that's really valuable. And to me, being a poet and a musician and an artist who actually does this as part of my living as a musician, I got paid $1 for being a poet by Tom, the World Poet, one time. That's really fun. But for me, being a professional musician who actually manages to make groceries and stuff, to come here and perform for free and share such creative energy with so many different people and get to know people, like to go say hi to them and chat with them a little bit and make friends and hang out is to me as valuable as just listening to people do their thing up on stage. So that being said, mental dentist, are you ready to drill?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, man. Well, you send me the bill. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very surprised that I was able to walk up here because I must have sat down wrong because it feels like somebody just kicked me in the balls. I've been kind of cycling through a multitude of multimedia endeavors and entertainment experimentation and whatnot. I've been a musician for a very long time, and then I decided to become a poet. And I gotta wonder what my parents are thinking because lately I decided I wanted to do comedy. And it's like I just keep taking steps downwards. If I were to keep going down, I guess it would go something like, drug dealer, prostitute, politician.
Hey, here come the comedians. Look at them smile.
So I brought a poem up here, you know. It's my safety net. And it's called Age of Awareness. And here's how it goes. Great God, behind the clouds, above the sky, behind the sun, above the clouds, what can I believe? I'm looking for a storybook that contains the truth of history, or an archaeological find I can dig. They've ruined all the county parks with velvet rope and entrance fees. I cannot camp where I would like to camp. For in this innocent awareness, I count my dime and time my blessings, 1 or 2 odd years between miracles. This is the place I found when I was hiking in the mountains, growing in the woods as a wolf. I heard the mighty owl talking shit to its captors, the midnight fawns, the swans, and their young. I watched 1,000 forest fires I was held accountable for. I dipped a lukewarm lure in the lake. At dawn, where will Jesus go when all the prophets get hung up or maybe decide to throw in the towel? Where did heaven come from if not the work of angels, celestial slaves caught up in minds of garbage? I was almost elected into the holy field until I fled and hit the sandy city. Here I stand, pen in hand, pages glow red then turn to gold, with words that only images describe and thoughts the wisest bird never knew. We are weird in a truthful way, but let us be honest with each other before we cast the wrong aside or judge the innocent by their labors. Consider all our doom and injustice. Consider all the glory we are lacking. Consider the fires only you are responsible for, then leap into the wilderness unknown.
Right on. Well, hey, Southern, come up and do another tune. I've heard Southern has to go, so yeah, give it up for Southern.
Yeah, I thought about getting one out of my car.
So this song is a little bit happier. It's called Another Song for You. This is my second CD that I did. And I just wrote it, so like if it seems a little bit off to you, it'll probably be because of that. That's perfect.
You can tip them, madam. Yeah, right now.
Southern original, and he has a following here tonight. Southern has fans. Yeah. Wow, right on. Well, like I said, we're gonna take a little break and just kind of chill for a while. You know, tip your barista, grab something if you can, and Julian's doing tarot readings, and also, I am a Freemason. That's right, 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason. We're cool. We help widows and children. We believe in the eternal nature of the human soul and some kind of higher power. And we also do charitable acts. So I have donated this projector to this event. But when the bulb goes out, it costs like a couple $100 to change it. But this holiday season, they're selling them for $58. So we already have $8 towards buying a new projector, which is a better deal than a bulb. So I'm going to pass this big old blue hat around, and if you could, you know, throw in $1 or some change or whatever, It'd be really cool, because I don't know when the bulb's going to go out. It could go out like in 5 minutes. We just don't know. Okay. And yeah, so when we get back, Gordon and Bucket Jams and Sam are going to do some really far out stuff for us. So stick around. We're only going to take like a 5-minute break or so, maybe 5-10.
Ryan!
No, take an intermission.
Hey man. Hey man. Hey man. Don't steal my power, man.
Hey, how's it going? Hey.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, good time. I'm told that Tom's at that other one.
Oh, is he?
One used to be an Italian joint to this.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I know. We're meeting him tonight.
Yeah, it's perfect. Oh, is it very much to you, Julian? Yeah, the first Wednesday, I got it's on that little list there. Yeah. It used to be Vinny's Italian Cafe.
Oh, okay. Of Barton Springs? Yeah. Good to see you again. Thanks.
So meet him on his own. See how that goes. It doesn't work. Just on the stage.
Well, I bought this thing in
And I think I have seen you before. Have you been here before? No. Must be. Oh, really? Oh, okay. And I'm just, I don't get up on stage until what's about.
Check, check. 1, 2. Worried and exhausted, walls by international banks, corporations sucking nations' blood, so more walls can be constructed. Walls to worship, Moloch, walls to endure pain and suffering, walls to exterminate, walls to shut the voice of music, the voice of poets, writers and free thinkers, walls to make the hopeless comply, walls to make me weep, walls in my mind, walls in your mind, inexistent in fact, like fake excuses to repress the necessary and vital urge. For behind the walls hides a brother and a sister. Walls.
Because there are a bunch of people that haven't gone yet, so that's great, guys. All right, so you and your girlfriend were gonna do something, right? No? No, okay.
Oh, come on,
Wow, right on. Vive la France and all the friendship, man. So, August in Austin isn't that bad if you like to sweat and sleep till 2 and open the door. Just bake. It hits you soft, deep, all over your face, blinding. Bugs make a lot of noise. Think about when the first cold front might come in. Darkened rooms and fans, rope swings and sweet corn, staying up late.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like vintage Austin, like back in '93 for me, so it's kind of fun. All right, so I'm going to do something on the sitar for you guys. And the sitar is one of those kind of subtle instruments, so I'm just going to start it off with like kind of a little intro, and then some of my poet buddies, whoever wants to, just get up here and improvise or do something. I'm trying to get everyone in here, so I'm going to help me limit it to like 4 or 5 minutes, all right, guys?
Yes.
Oh, can I get a light, General?
What's that?
Yeah. I mentioned it's like an olfactory synesthesia, so hold off, let me get an intro going, and then you come and read, okay? Alright, so just don't, it's cool, stay up here, man. Just hang on. So we got the incense, we got the... Hey, Ravi Shankar taught my teacher, man. Steve Slawick, ethnomusicology professor at UT. Bad-ass guitar player. He tried to teach me how to play. Okay. So you got it set up? Yeah, okay. Hold on, Jill. Do an intro. I'll give you the word. It's going to be a few minutes.
In the southern parts of China. His father died mother by selling wood in town. When one day he came out of the house where he sold some fuel, he heard a man reciting a Buddhist sutra. The words deeply touched his heart. Even on. The sutra was the Diamond Sutra, and the master was the 5th patriarch residing at Yellow Plum in Chinchao. Huning somehow managed to get money enough for the support of his aged mother while he was gone. It took him about a month to reach Yellow Plum, where he at once proceeded to see Hung Jin at the head of 500 monks, sometimes said to be 7 or even 1,000. At the first interview, asked the patriarch, "Where do you come from, and what do you want here?" "I am a farmer from Xinchao and wish to become a Buddha." "So you are a southerner," said the patriarch. "But the southerners have no Buddha nature. How could you expect to attain Buddhahood?" This, however, did not discourage the bold seeker after the truth, for he at once responded, "There may be southerners and northerners, but as far as Buddha nature goes, how could you make such a distinction in it?" This pleased the master very much. Huning was given an office as rice pounder for the Brotherhood. More than 8 months, it is said, he was employed in this menial labor when the 5th patriarch wished to select his spiritual successor from among his many disciples. One day he made a thorough comprehension of the religion, but one day he made an announcement, that anyone who could prove his thorough comprehension of religion would be given the patriarchal mantle and proclaimed as his legitimate heir. Shen Shu, who was the most learned of all the disciples and thoroughly versed in the lore of his religion, and who was therefore considered by his brethren in the faith to be in possession of an unqualified right to the honor, composed a stanza, his view, and posted it on the outside wall of the meditation hall, which read, "This body is the Bodhi tree. The soul is like a mirror bright. Take heed to keep it always clean, and let not dust collect on it." All those who read these lines were greatly impressed and secretly cherished the idea that the author of this Gatha would surely be awarded the prize. But when they awoke the next morning, they were surprised to see another written alongside of it, which ran as follows: "The Bodhi is not like the tree. The mirror bright is nowhere shining. As there is nothing from the first, where can the dust itself collect?" The writers of these lines was an insignificant layman, in the service of the monastery, who spent most of his time in pounding rice and splitting wood for the brotherhood. He had such an assuming air that nobody ever thought much of him, and therefore the entire community was now set astir to see this challenge made upon its recognized authority. But the fifth patriarch saw in this unpretentious monk a future leader of mankind, and decided to transfer to him the robe of his office. He had, however, some misgivings concerning the matter, for the majority of his disciples were not enlightened enough to see anything of the deep religious intuition in the lines by the rice pounder, Hu Ning, and if were publicly awarded the honor, secret sign to Hu Ning to come to his room. I'm sorry.
To be continued, gentle.
So the fifth.
Mark that place for next week. Hey Tom, could you come up here and do a poetry jam?
Sure, baby.
As soon as Sam gets through doing it. What's that one you showed me, Sam? Because we turned into a pumpkin at 9, you know. So, yeah.
One, two. All right. So this one is called Tell Your Visions. Not televisions, but tell your visions. Be unique. Remove the veil of confusion and tell your visions. Break the spell, the dizziness, the confusion, the passive observations, and smash your television. Smash your televisions. Don't let the eye in the sky program you through the appearance of choice. Multi-channels are not the solution. Tell your vision. Let your children know you are there and not somewhere on a flat screen like your apparent contribution to a constant lack of communication. Tell your visions. Tell your vision. To the too common indifference of men and women at loss with too comfortable fears, the illusion of permanence while suffering in a trance. Tell your visions. Know there is an ultimate connection, devoid of frustration and instant gratification, priceless and high definition. Tell your vision. Let your emotions spark a reaction. Be simple, straightforward. Make no allusions, no gossip, no general observation. Tell your vision. And once again, smash your television. Smash your television. Smash your television. Smash your television.
If they took off commercials, yeah, but what the fuck?
I don't know if you guys are acquainted with Anya Deschamps, but she's incredible. Incredible musician.
Yes, she is.
Sage.
Whoa, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Rosemary and
Parsley.
Yeah, do we have the fractals going on? Yeah.
Oh.
Do we have the fractals going on?
Fractals.
As you look at the fractals, you don't know if they are unfolding or enfolding. And maybe that is best because you're not collapsing on anything. That means you are mobile and not locked into any one thing except for what is before you and behind you. And they both matter as long as they are alive. Being in between is the safety zone and the balance. as your being in between the enfolding and the unfolding. And this is life. That is where the richness is. It is not the water that is important or the wine that is important. It is what is in between and the art of becoming. That is life. So fractals are not just from the mind. They are generated from that higher state that is without limit. And it is living. It lives to enfold and unfold on itself, to see that itself is alive and living.
He's shy too. He's tall. Yeah, come on, you guys. We have 10 minutes left, so let's let these guys do their thing. They prepare. And then anybody who wants to get up here, let's just do some crazy jam right after that. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, right.
Oh wait, Julian's up there.
Julian,
I'm sorry, Julian. I already promised. I already promised. We had a sign-up list. Where were you? The sign-up list right now. I'm serious, man. You gotta wait. You gotta wait. Thanks, Julian. All right.
Oh, I'm so giving.
Yes, you are.
I'll do a short one, I promise.
Thanks, man. Oh my God, Tibetan, great.
I'll save my old Tibetan Book of the Dead rap for next time.
Okay, Julian, this is like a pay all the time. So you got. Hey, sorry to cut you short.
Oh,
Julian, that was really cool. What is that? Essays in Zen Buddhism by Julian.
All right, let's be short. The lights on the things that it's working. Lexar. It says Lexar. The picture of Frank Zappa. That I found today. Here we go. Francis Vincent Zappa, again, Tom the World Poet, would have been 70 years old on December 21st of this year if he had lived. Unfortunately for all of us, he is gone. There he is, Frank. Love you, man. So this is a tune that'll be real short. And come to think of it, oh damn it, did anybody pick up my notebook at Root Maya last night? Oh, that's where the fucking words were. Okay, I'm gonna try it anyway. I'll get through most of it I can. All right, this is from a tune. This is from a record called One Size Fits All. Evelyn, the mother. It's got to imagine tack piano. It's a piano that's kind of like attitude like an old Western barroom, John Wayne. That's tack piano. They call it a big appreciate chord, 5-1 relationship. And Frank goes, Evelyn, a modified dog, viewed the quivering fringe of a special doily, draped across the piano with some surprise. This is what happened now. In the darkened room where the chairs dismayed, in the horrible curtains muffled the rain, she could hardly believe her eyes. A curious breath of something or other that sounded like a snore. Even from the Steinway or possibly from within, had caused the doily fringe to waft and tremble in the gloom. Evelyn, a dog having undergone further modification, pondered the significance of pedal-depressed panchromatic resonance in other highly ambient domains. Arf, she said. Sorry, Frank, didn't mean to kill that one. So anyway, he died on December 4th. So December 4th to the 21st is Zappadon, like Ramadan, the Islam, like holy days. So I hope to do some promotions. They get properly capitalized. So with my band, I got a band when I could do it called the Voodoo Bladder Orchestra, kind of a big band version of Frank stuff. So Stay tuned to TomFreedy.com for that. All my podcast stuff is on there again. TomFriedly.com. Love this town. Love you guys. Thanks for indulging me. Peace. And now, without further ado, Brian Roberts. We're going to get him a book deal. You guys love us this way. Ask us at least once a week. Brian, no better than Tom, where are you on Brian's book deal? Where are you on Brian's book deal? Brian, represent.
Yeah, there's some
Gosh, this guy's taller than heck. Okay. Now, I got something short here I've written in the past handful of days. This is called The Sacred Dimension. It's a spin-off of Sacred Symmetry. And it goes a little something like this. Within us, we feel ourselves. Right? Naturally, within others, they feel the same. Which is the real side of existence in life? Do we share the essence of existence? The essence within us is the very existence of the world. Without it, the world would not exist the way that we know it to be anyhow. It would be, well, it wouldn't be known at all now, would it? If you think, therefore we exist, the thought of acknowledging the things around us share that which is our life, all existence within our own sacred dimension. Like the sky and stars are a part of our essence and life. We think of them, therefore they are. It is all one. It is all within us. The mind is omnipresent. Existence is everywhere. This is our sacred dimension. Existence in and of itself. The cosmos shares our essence because we're kind enough to give it. Without it, we'd just be a black hole existence, or a lack of existence rather, dead and subject to chaos, hurtling pool balls that we call planets. Enjoy it. It's ours. Everything, every one. Every other person is really just a reflection of yourself.
Right on.
And everything around us, you, the reflection, them, you, I, we, us, they, all possessive pronouns, are just here to witness everything around us, guys. Enjoy.
Julian.
Yeah.
That's so short. Sorry. That's so short.
We have the drummers and guitarists.
All right. Thank you for that. Now, y'all can play after me. I really. So. All right. Oh, y'all wanted to do this while I was up there? I guess. Yeah. So much for my piece.
Okay, Julian, we don't have time, man.
It always makes
Get it, buddy. All right, so this painting, this Raphael Parnas over here, this Parnassus painting, and this particular one section right here, this guy's Petrarch, Italian 1300s, and so this is just a little blurb about him, and then I want to read a quote from him. Francesco Petrarch. His individual efforts crossed the threshold into seeing humanity into the modern age. The greatest scholar of his age, he helped humanity evolve to a new stage, from the medieval times to the Renaissance. His dad urged him to study law, but being literary and a poet was the vision of the life he saw. So he told his dad